At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Faster. Republican U.S. Representative Andy Barr has filed for re-election in Kentucky's 6th Congressional District. Barr filed papers with the Secretary of State yesterday morning. He's seeking a 4th term in Congress, representing a district that includes Lexington, Kentucky's 2nd largest city. Now, the district has traditionally been a Democrat seat, but since 1979 has flipped 5 times between the two major political parties, most recently when Barr ousted Democrat Ben Chandler in 2012. Democrats have targeted the seat in their quest to win a majority in the House of Representatives. At least 4 Democrats say they're running. They include Lexington Mayor Jim Gray, former Marine fighter pilot Amy McGrath, State Senator Reggie Thomas, and Jeff Young, a former state worker who's lost the election twice before. And it appears now that 4 women and 2 men will decide whether to recommend expelling Kentucky's GOP House Speaker after he signed a secret sexual harassment settlement. 8 Republican lawmakers filed formal disciplinary charges against Jeff Hoover Wednesday, asking for a special bipartisan committee to recommend to appoint a special 6-person committee to investigate. Democrats appointed Representatives Sandy Overly, Joni Jenkins, and Chris Harris. Republicans appointed Representatives Donna Mayfield, Diane St. Ong, and Jason Petrie. Republican Representative Jerry Miller will chair the committee, but will only vote in case there's a tie. And TiVo has now launched its new streaming service that promises big things to both customers and cable streaming operators. Called the Next Gen platform, it gives viewers a convenient, unified way to watch recorded content from both cable providers and streaming services like Netflix and Amazon Prime. Operators like Altice, meanwhile, can implement TiVo's tech to provide customers hyper-personalization, recommendations, and voice control on multiple devices and screens. The Next Gen platform, which uses TiVo's rumored cloud service, has been on the radar since TiVo first flaunted it about a year ago. The company's promising seamless integration of content across linear, over-the-top, on-demand, and DVR platforms for multi-screen capabilities. TiVo tells operators that by integrating its technology, they'll provide a better user experience and remain relevant amid growing competition. As part of the launch, TiVo says the Next Gen platform will run on quite a raft of products, including TiVo for Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Android TV. It's also launched smartphone, web, and Linux-based set-top box set software that can be integrated into smart TVs, cable boxes, and other devices. Operators can implement software in both managed devices like the set-top boxes or unmanaged ones like Apple TV and Amazon. A lot of TiVo's next-gen platform news is inside baseball for industry folks, but it does have implications for the public too. If it recruits major cable and streaming operators, it will no doubt result in a more streamlined viewing experience on TiVo apps and devices. However, it has to convince operators that letting consumers stray from their ecosystems is a good thing. That story was from Engadget. For more information on that, you can go to Engadget.com. Right now it's 6:18 on this finally Friday morning, a very chilly 14 degrees.
Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Everyone wants to know when McRib And Hoover will have the opportunity to defend himself.
So far, there's no timeline for Hoover's hearing. I'm Haley Hansen.
Bitter cold temperatures are closing schools, freezing pipes, and causing some of Kentucky's natural wonders to freeze. Yahoo Falls in McCreary County, the highest waterfall in the state, is partially frozen. There's a small stream flowing, but the majority of the water is forming a large ice block at the bottom. The National Park Service says the fall's just over 1,000 feet high. A new poll finds a significant percentage of Kentucky voters support raising the cigarette tax by $1 a pack, as opposed to other revenue options lawmakers might consider. Foundation for a Healthy Kentucky Executive Director Ben Chandler.
Over 70% of the people in Kentucky favor a cigarette or tobacco tax of over $1. It would bring in above $250 million a year, and that takes into account the number of people who are expected to quit or not start.
His organization is talking with lawmakers about that possible revenue. Unemployment fell in 72 of the state's 120 counties between November 2016 and November 2017. The jobless rates rose in 31 counties during that time, the lowest rate in Woodford County, the highest found in Magoffin County. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Everyone wants to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Did you drop your change?
Lost a loved one, or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Local news time from WCLU is 6:22. We have 14 degrees. In area funeral announcements this hour, Dixie McDonald Handy, age 94, of Glasgow, formerly of DeFreeze, died Thursday at NHC Healthcare in Glasgow. She was a native of Hart County and a member of the Monroe Cumberland Presbyterian Church. She was a seamstress and worked at the Horse Cave Sewing Factory. She was preceded to death by her husband, P.L. Handy, in 1994. Her parents, Torrance and Bertie McDonald, two sisters, Bertha May Sturgeon and Louise Brownfield, and two brothers, Henry and Louis McDonald. She is survived by three daughters, Linda Kinslow of Hardyville, Judy Nall of Glasgow, and Donna Smith of Horse Cave. Six grandchildren, Barry Locke, Tammy Essler, Cindy Rutledge, Mark Locke, Allison Dickinson, Ryan Hogue, and great-grandchildren Daniel Locke, Stephen Locke, Brandy Lynch, Marcy Michael, Annie Clark, Abby Rutledge, Ella Dickinson, Webb Dickinson, and Wyatt Hogue, and four great-great-grandchildren Kenneth Ray, Bradley Matisse, Sophia Michael, Philip Michael, and one sister, Alberta Gardner, along with several nieces and nephews. Funeral services for Dixie McDonald Handy will be held at 11 o'clock on Monday morning at the Wynn Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Visitation at the Wynn Funeral Home from 2 until 7 on Sunday and after 9 Monday until time for service. Expressions of sympathy may be made in the form of contributions to Gideon's International. Services for Margaret Marie Gossett, age 63, of Cave City, will be Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Bob Hunt Funeral Chapel, burial in the Campground Cemetery. Visitation begins this afternoon at 4 p.m. Service for Daryl Cody Isaacs, age 24, of Munfordville, will be Saturday at 1 o'clock at the Seago Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Dobson Cemetery at Linwood. Visitation begins today at 4 p.m. at Seago Funeral Home. Services for Terry Lee Eldred Vibbert, age 58, of Beaumont, will be at noon tomorrow at McMurtry Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Skaggs Creek Cemetery. Visitation after 3 p.m. today. Services for Gerald Durand, Brother Andy Scott, age 62, of Cave City, will be Sunday afternoon at 2 o'clock at Shady Grove Baptist Church, with burial to follow in the Center Asbury Cemetery under the direction of the Wynn Funeral Home. Visitation begins this afternoon at 4 p.m. Celebration of Life service for Wayne Peter Rabbit Rector, age 76, of Bowling Green, will be today at 2 o'clock at the Oakland Baptist Church, with arrangements by the Hardy & Son Funeral Homes, Bowling Green Chapel. Services for Anna Burnell Bush Span Klaus, age 73, of Bowling Green and formerly of Austin, will be this afternoon at 1 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Caney Fork Cemetery. Services and interment for Tim Duval, age 52, of Park City, will be today at 1 p.m. at the Clayton Family Cemetery. Memorial contributions can be made to the Tim Duval Memorial Fund in care of Patton Funeral Home. Services for Elva Bruton, age 85, will be at 1 o'clock today at Seago Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Munfordville Municipal Cemetery. Services for Charles Chucky Jennings Steins, age 40, of Greensburg, formerly of Edmonton, will be at noon today at McMurtry Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Medcalf County Memorial Gardens. Services for Judy Nana Shug Denton, age 62, of the Monroe community, will be at 11 o'clock this morning at the Wynn Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Denton Cemetery in Monroe. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Legendberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Legendberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Legendberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family.
27 at WCLU. Let's turn to local sports. High school basketball tonight. Glasgow travels to South Warren for a girl-boy doubleheader, with the girls playing first at 6 o'clock. Joe Myers, Larry Alexander, and Bruce Tribune will have the broadcast on both of the games starting at 5:30 this afternoon. That's 5:50 this afternoon on Light 102.3, WCLU 1490, and online at playwclu.com. Those attending the games at South Warren will be able to hear the broadcast inside of the gym only on WCLU Sports Plus at 97.3 FM. Barron County's girls and boys also play a doubleheader tonight against different teams. Now, the girls will host Christian County, while the boys will entertain Adair County. In another girl-boy doubleheaders tonight, Allen County Scottsville hosts Monroe County. Caverna welcomes Hart County. Edmondson County goes to Whitesville Trinity. Medcalf County visits Clinton County. And Warren East entertains Warren Central. Bowling Green is at home against Greenwood. So that's a pretty busy sports evening. We've got a busy sports weekend coming up around here as well.
Here's
with the score from the Kentucky News Network. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Well, we'll start with women's college basketball. Full complement in the Commonwealth last night. The headliner, of course, in Louisville, the number 3 Louisville Cardinals, looking to remain perfect, hosting number 17 Duke. This was Louisville senior forward Misha Hines-Allen before their game with Duke.
They're a really good team. They're well coached, and for me, their post players are really good, so I'm ready for a battle.
A battle they got after a nearly perfect first half. Louisville stumbled in the second half on both ends of the court. Asia Dorr pouring in 22 points. Louisville outlasting Duke, however, 66-60. They pushed the record to 17-0. Best start in school history. The University of Louisville women host Virginia Tech on Sunday in its final tune-up before hosting number 2 Notre Dame on January 11th. In College Station, Texas, Kentucky junior Macy Moore scoring 22 points. Senior Mackenzie Kane adding 14, but it wasn't enough. Kentucky falls to Texas A&M 74-70. Kentucky returns to action Sunday as the Wildcats host Georgia at Memorial Coliseum. On to Bowling Green, the Western Kentucky Lady Toppers string in their strongest defensive performance of the season. They take down preseason Conference USA favorite Middle Tennessee 57-43. Lady Toppers push the record to 10-4 in the season. 1-0 in conference play. They'll host Southern Miss tomorrow. On to men's college basketball, the University of Kentucky back on the practice court today as they'll face number 22 Tennessee inside Rupp Arena tomorrow. The Vols trying to bounce back from 2 straight losses. And the Louisville Cardinals are hitting the road. They'll be in Clemson taking on the 25th ranked Tigers. Also tomorrow, Western Kentucky goes for 4 in a row at Marshall. Last night on the men's hardwood, Eastern Kentucky cutting a 10-point deficit down to 1 with under a minute left, but fell short 85-82 against Southern Illinois Edwardsville. Nick Mayo leading the way for the Colonels with 25 points as they're back at it tomorrow hosting Eastern Illinois. And the Murray State Racers upping their OVC record to 3-0. They get an 89-73 win over Southeast in Missouri. Senior guard Jonathan Stark pouring in a season-high 36 points. The Racers will host UT Martin tomorrow. And in Moorhead, junior forward Lamontre Harris scoring a season-best 17 points, but Moorhead State falls just short. Eastern Illinois 61-52. The Eagles back at it tomorrow hosting SIU Edwardsville. The National Football League now. Titans fans getting some disheartening news ahead of the Titans playoff game with the Kansas City Chiefs tomorrow. Running back DeMarco Murray will not play. Murray has been ruled out with a knee injury that caused him to miss the regular season finale against the Jaguars last Sunday. Derrick Henry is expected to get the bulk of the carries against Kansas City. On to the National Hockey League now. A stunner involving the Nashville Predators.
He's got Fisher with him. Chikrin to the net. The backhander. Safe. Rebound. They score! Christian Fisher on the rebound from the blue paint has won it in overtime for the Coyotes.
Christian Fisher's overtime goal wins the game for the Coyotes. Arizona beating Nashville in overtime 3-2. A very unhappy Preds center Ryan Johansson.
Obviously, we lost to the worst team in the league right now, and it's obviously not good. There's a lot of things we got to do better.
Nashville's lost 6 of their last 8. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Shouldn't financial advice focus on you? I can help you plan for your financial future. From life insurance to investment products. I'm Anthony Myatt, your Modern Woodman representative in South Central Kentucky. Call me today at 427-6807 to start the conversation.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures.
6:32. How's the weather looking out there today? Well, it's flat out chilly, 14 degrees. Ray Stasic says the weekend will be interesting.
Bitter cold Arctic air continuing to spill in on a northwest breeze this morning. Wind chills single digits, and yes, some flurries and snow showers flying around. Might coat the ground in spots, and maybe some icy travel for some, because it's not going to take much. Some sun later today, 24, that's it. 20 degrees below average, actually 22 below average. Tonight, 5 above as the sky clears. Good-looking day tomorrow, 26, low teens tomorrow night. A little milder on Sunday, more clouds than sun, low 40s, and maybe some light wintry precipitation late Sunday night into early Monday. Going to have to watch that closely. And then rain by Monday afternoon near 40, and then well into the 50s by midweek next week. I'm Ray Stasic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
50 sounds something that might be promising, Ray. Barometer this morning is at 30.34. Humidity is at 67%. West winds at 5 miles an hour. So we've got the pressure rising again and the air drying out again. Another one of those cold weekend patterns. 14 at WCLU, 6:33. Good Friday morning. We're checking birthdays here just in a sec, and we're also going to have our Friday edition of the Archives.
Would you say...
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry?
Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike. Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community.
Which day, what goes where, because we want to get it on the right day around here. Here we go. First of all, let's look at the Friday birthdays. It's 5th day of January. We are celebrating with Miss Loretta Stone, Eric Pointer, Mr. Rollin Simmons, a really good gentleman. Mr. Simmons is having his 90th birthday today. Doug Smith is 56. Gina Harper is 25. We have Candace Richardson with 35 today. Brent Claywell is 56. My sister-in-law, Ms. Jackie Royce, with a birthday. Gail Adwell. It is Christina Hamilton. We understand Christina is 39 today. We understand that Miss Kathy Prophet is holding on this morning at 49. We just we have that authorized by her mama, so we're going to be sure and say happy 49th to Kathy Prophet today. Now we've got Aubrey Allen. Aubrey is turning Sweet 16. I told you that we were going to get a Sweet 16 sometime today because we played Neil Sedaka and Happy Birthday Sweet 16 a little bit earlier this morning. Anyway, it's Aubrey Allen, and she is 16. We let's see. We also have a birthday today for Brian Adwell. Brian, your granny called up to wish you a happy birthday today. We have the 9th birthday of Zayden Thompson. Zayden Thompson is turning 9 today. Now let's shift over here to Saturday, where we know that Miss Nancy Richardson has a birthday. So does Jimmy Peden. Marla Davis will sound the 70 gong on Saturday. Dr. Benny Lyle with a birthday on Saturday. Tina Shirley. Katie Gray Keating. Katie? Happy 30th birthday on Saturday. How about Gerald Wood? Gerald is 62 on Saturday. Also have Anaya Coleman, Nick Brewster, Jamie Ballard, Angela Van Zant, and Judy Burgess, all on the Saturday list. Harry and Eva Johnson on the anniversary side of Saturday. And let's look over here at Sunday. We've got Larry Mitchell Bunch, Miss Kathy Regal, Larry Brummett, and Miss Jania Johnson, all with birthdays on Sunday. That's round 1 out of the chute. I'm sure we've missed a few, need to add quite a few, and we might have got a few on the wrong day, but we're kind of interactively going to do this thing today. 651-9149-800-956-1023. Online here at WCLUradio.com. It is time for the archives after this.
Do you hear a squeak?
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
That theme song makes us think back to days that were much simpler. Or did they just seem that way now? We'll check into it and see. 100 years worth of history around here, the archives, where we look back at the decades and kind of see how things were progressing around here. It's made possible by the folks who appreciate helping you learn about the history around here. We're talking about Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, as well as the Tony Hogan Health Clinic. Stand by for news.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto? No problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow. The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707.
All right, let's come out of the chute here on the archives. Does it feel like Friday up front there?
I tell you what, I'm glad it's Friday.
It feels like Friday back here in the back, so
it definitely does.
We'll have to merge and declare it Friday.
All right, I'll agree with that.
And 100 years ago this Friday, this was a story in the Republican. County Judge Joe S. Miller was thrown from a horse Monday and sustained serious injuries in the head.
Oh, wow.
He was on the way to his farm, and when near the home of Dr. D.M. Carter, his horse either slipped and fell or threw him off.
Mm-hmm. Well.
He was found lying in the road by the children of Dr. Carter, who later conveyed him home in a buggy. His condition is improving, and I hope continues to improve.
Well, seriously.
That was 1918. Let's move to 1928 here. This is one that you really got to think about, this one.
Okay.
It was 90 years ago this morning that fire destroyed the Hart County Courthouse in Munfordville. Practically all county records that had been filed since 1820 were reduced to ashes. The fire was discovered at 4:30 in the morning by Barry Jones, a grocer, who gave an alarm, but the flames had gained such headway that no effort was made to save the building or its contents.
So they just gave up.
They said, wait a minute, we can't fight this fire, so why even waste what we got?
There you go.
It says one bundle of records was saved by Roy Cann, who rushed into the burning building. Examination revealed them to be from the date of 1810 until 1920.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a big bundle.
Yes,
a lot of time right there. But think about some of the history that is lost from that fire at the Hart County Courthouse.
You know it was.
In 1928. Hopefully now we back up all that stuff with different types of media to retrieve it.
Right.
Got an advertisement here in 1938. We've got the Watson store on the south side of the square advertising a big suit and pants sale for men's fine serge, cashmere, worsteds, novelty, the latest modes, and best tailored men's suits. Here's the sale prices: $7.50, $9.50, and $11.25.
There you go. You can't beat that at all.
Per suit. Says here that the denim or the khaki pants are now on sale for 94 cents a pair.
Can't beat 94 cents
I'd
either.
be stocking up big time.
And no joke.
And I'm sure that, that they had a way to, kind of, I guess, customize them and alter them a little bit if you needed that done, too. At your full-service Watson store in Glasgow,
I remember the Watson's Annex, too.
Well, yeah, but this was.
You remember that store?
I do remember that store.
I used to like that store. I liked Watson's, too, though.
Yeah, and what the thing about it was is that Annex store had a lot of stuff like from closeouts and from other stores that they were closing.
That's where all the sales were.
Oh, I'm telling you what, big deal for sure. But this was a different Watson's, of course.
Right.
But nonetheless, it's a good name. The Watson's name.
There you go.
That's 1938. 1948, we've got some news of some young kids here. This day in 1948, Mary Lloyd Lessenberry was recently selected as the sweetheart of the Sigma Chi of the Zeta Zeta chapter located at Center College. She and her husband, Robert Lessenberry, have been attending school at Center for the past year.
Well.
Sounds to me like they were making the most of it.
Yes, it does.
A lot of times newlyweds, they just kind of run off in college and try to hammer it out and get it over with. They weren't in any hurry. They were going to enjoy every minute of Center College.
Right.
The home of the Praying Colonels. This day in 1958, a news story about finances around here.
Okay.
Despite vigorous competition for savings and the tightest mortgage money in years, First Federal Savings and Loan boosted its assets by $536,000, or 43%, in the year of 1957. It says here they look forward to even greater gains in 1958.
Well.
Joe Ryherd, the manager, said these things today in an article in the Glasgow Republican. Ryherd said it's the annual report, and he reports the institution now holds more savings and serves more savers than at any time in its 35-year history. So there we're kind of having that post-war boon where folks were borrowing money to build houses, and the savings alone had some, special, special ways to save you money on
there
your
you
mortgage in 1958, and it sounded like it was working.
It does.
All right, it's that time where you just have to think about these things.
Okay.
1968, this was the day that it was announced that new postal rates will go into effect January the 7th.
People used to freak out when stamps would get higher.
Yeah, well, here it is. On January 7th of 1968, a first-class stamp climbed to 6 cents.
Oh, goodness, 6 cents.
6 cents, that's right. What is that, 43 cents more than it is today?
Yeah,
I mean, 43 cents less than it is today?
Yeah, now you just mail it online, pay it online or something.
So now, and also back in 1968, you could airmail for 10 cents, which sounds to me like a bargain.
It does sound like a bargain.
Hey, that says send it by air.
Right.
It doesn't make any sense to pay your bills across town that way. But
there you go.
10 cents, you could do it.
Yeah. I wonder if you could get airmail across town. What would that mean?
Probably not. 1968 it was. Now you could probably get air drone mail across town.
Yeah, there you go.
1978, interesting, and there's probably more to this story, but I've got to go with what I have.
Okay.
1978, nationwide agriculture farm movement may be coming closer to coming to Barron County with a meeting set for January the 6th. Mr. Farrell Matthews is the spokesman for the Barron County group of the nationwide agriculture farm movement. Now, certainly we have lots of things to brag about our agriculture sector here in our community, and it can be tied to a lot of things, not one particular thing, but certainly things like having a movement, talking about some of the changes in agriculture.
Right.
It's just good to stay on top of it.
Well, yeah.
1978. All right, here we are at 1988. I don't know. This is just a part of our history.
Okay.
It was 1988 that a blackbird roost in Park City. has prompted action by the Barron County Fiscal Court.
What?
Yeah. Now, that was in a different day and time, but
Right.
we had blackbirds that were pesky around here. I guess they were deemed as not healthy because of histoplasmosis and all that stuff. Well, anyway,
what did the fiscal court do about it?
Well, they probably authorized some of these actions, eradication actions that they did. Several times they used this stuff. It's called turgitol.
And what would you sprayed it on or something?
Yeah, you flew over in an airplane and dropped it into the woods where the birds were roosting.
Oh, yeah, because that wouldn't get on any people or any kind of food or anything.
But all it is soap.
What?
But, yeah, that's the way it worked. Is that it washed the protective oils off of the birds' feathers, and they froze to death.
Oh, wow.
That's how it worked.
And it was, why didn't they just call it soap? Turgitol sounds like it's got some kind of weird chemicals in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Turgitol is probably some derivative of the word detergent.
There you go.
Anyway, they did that several times. I went to three of them as a young cub reporter, and, pretty interesting. That was 1988.
It still can't be good for people. I don't care what anybody.
Well, it's you get clean.
Yeah, seriously.
But anyway, that was 1988. Blackbirds roosting.
It's like that mosquito spray. I'm not sure I trust that either.
4 and 20 blackbirds. All right, 1998. Here we go. And I would have. In fact, I think I did go and have tickets to this. Tickets available for the Billy Vaughn Memorial Ball at the Barren River State Park.
Mm-hmm.
Music to be performed by the Dr. David Livingston Combo.
Well.
Did you ever get to hear Dr. David Livingston play the piano in his combo?
Mm-mm.
Ooh, it was, by definition, smooth jazz. Smooth jazz.
Smooth jazz.
Yeah, that's right. Dr. David Livingston. Billy Vaughn Memorial Concert. That was 98.
Mm-hmm.
So 10 years later, in 2008, a good fellow retired. His name was Bobby White. This day in 2008, Mr. Bobby White retired from Farmers RECC after 46 years of service.
Well.
And I'm telling you, that would be a true statement because that's what Bobby White did, was provide service to customers, to folks who depended on Farmers RECC, and he was a very good man who did his job well. But as the song says, done too soon.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's the way it is in the archives today.
Right.
We, giving baths to blackbirds again.
I know. Yeah, you say bath. I say chemical bath.
We got the county judge getting phone from his horse.
Yeah, seriously.
And everywhere in between, you never know.
We got the old Watson's Annex. I hadn't thought about that place in forever.
That's right. Well, they had a lot of neat stuff.
Yes, they did.
We'll review on Monday.
All right.
Where we've been and where we're going. And we thank the folks who contribute to this program, the folks down at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, the archivists who do the digging, and the support staff there. And we thank our sponsors, too, Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. And also we thank you to the good folks at the Tony Hogan Health Clinic.
Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow wanted to...
Would you like to choose when you pay your electric bill? With EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and lets you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo-Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo-Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lesenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in
because she's got a birthday coming up tomorrow. Is that right? Yes. So if you happen to see Tina Shirley around town today or anytime over the weekend, take that extra step, pat her on the back, tell her she's good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas. Let's see, I think I need to tell you about Savannah Thomas, yes? And I've got her written on Saturday. I hope I did that right. Savannah Thomas with a birthday on Saturday. Hope she has an excellent birthday indeed. Let's talk about the weekend weather-wise with a WCLU weather update brought to you as a service of your friends at South Central Bank. What a way to celebrate the new year. South Central Bank has 2 special certificates of deposit paying bold rates for a big return. The 18-month CD features 2.15% APY. For the 30-month CD, the annual percentage yield is an impressive 2.49%. These CDs are available through January the 10th, but only to consumers with an SCB primary checking account. So stop by your nearest South Central Bank office to get the new year started with a great rate.
$500 minimum to open with a maximum of $99,999 deposit per account. Penalty for early withdrawal. Member FDIC.
Arctic air continuing to spill on in this morning, and for some, there could be some slick travel around. Some snow showers and flurries showing up on radar. Wind chills are in the single digits. And then by the end of the weekend, we may have some light wintry precip to deal with. So it's going to get tricky here. There's going to have to be things you're going to have to do to keep yourself protected from the cold and even from maybe some light precip this morning and possibly again late Sunday and Monday. So snow showers, flurries in spots this morning. Some peaks of sun come in later and cold, 24. Bitter cold tonight, even colder than this morning as the sky clears. We're 5 above. Sunshine tomorrow, 26. Clouds gathering by Sunday, highs in the low 40s. We're actually going to start the day in the low teens again, so another cold night tomorrow night. And then it's early Monday. We might see some light wintry precipitation before it changes to rain near 40, and we're going to get well into the 50s by midweek next week. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. We're at 14 degrees this morning. Pressure's at 34. Humidity's at 67%. We have a bit of a wind. It's out of the west at 5 miles an hour. And 14 degrees here at WCLU. Weather this morning brought to you as a service of your friends at South Central Bank. The early registration period for the next Travel with Ladine adventure is now through January the 8th, and it's a bus trip that you don't want to miss. Magnolia Market at the Silos in Waco, Texas. You leave March the 6th and spend the night in Little Rock, Arkansas. Then on the morning of the 7th, it's off to Waco, Texas, the home of the stars of HGTV's Fixer-Upper, Chip and Joanna Gaines. You'll enjoy the next 2 days in Waco. See Baylor University, Harp Design, and Cameron Park. Thursday, it's a day of exploring at the Magnolia Market. An incredible amount of activities to see and do, from the garden to the Silos Baking Company to the variety of food trucks that are set up. And that's just a taste of what's in store. Ladine is ready to answer your questions now at 270-651-5760. It's worth getting signed up by the early bird deadline of January the 8th to ensure your seat on the trip to Little Rock and Waco. You know it's going to be great because you'll be traveling with Ladine. It's going to be fun is what it's going to be in addition to being great, so be sure and get signed up for that. We're coming right back to play trivia, so make sure that thinking cap is fitting good.
Citizens First Mobile Banking makes your nearest branch as close as your mobile phone. It's easier than ever to access your accounts, check your balances, review transactions, and make transfers. You can even pay bills, and now you can deposit a check right from your smartphone, anytime, anywhere. If your phone is ever lost or stolen, your mobile banking tools are safely locked behind strong security. Just visit citizensfirstbank.com and learn how to take care of your accounts on the go. Mobile banking with Citizens First. Wherever you are, whenever you need it.
Approval required for mobile deposit. Visit your Citizens First branch for details. Member FDIC.
Let's play trivia. Friday local trivia here on WCLU. Yes, we do enjoy learning about ourselves locally and play a little trivia contest here on Fridays. Local can be anywhere in this state or states that are close by to us. Let's ask the question today and see how you do. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Can you name 3 of the UK Fiddlin' Five? You know, teams have had nicknames over the years. Well, for a while there in the late 50s, we had the Fiddlin' Five. I just want you to tell me 3 of the Fiddlin' Five. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. UK basketball fans should be very much in tune to basketball this time of the year, including those folks who know the history of the different teams, the history of the legend, and perhaps naming 3 of the UK Fiddlin' Five. They had the basketball team known as the Fiddlin' Five, and had 5 excellent players on the team. Who wants to answer that? 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. I know we have UK basketball fans out there, left and right. And this is one of those, I guess if you were doing a crash course, getting up to speed on the history of UK basketball, you'd have to know who the Fiddlin' Five were. Trivia. Hello, trivia. Nope. Trivia.
Frank Ramsey.
No, and Frank wasn't one of them.
John Krigler.
Okay.
Lou Saropoulos.
No, that's not right. Keep going.
Cliff Hagan.
Nope. You got one of the Fiddlin' Five. Keep working on it. WCLU. Maybe they were hanging up on that. 3 of the Fiddlin' Five's all we need for you to win trivia today and prove that you are a Wildcat fan. Trivia.
Yes. John Krigler, Vernon Hatton, and Ed Beck.
That's right. That's 3 of the 5. And you want to tell me about the other 2? Do you know them?
I can't remember.
Okay. Well, first of all, tell us who this is.
Marlon Witcher.
Marlon, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Now, you're old enough to have known about the Wildcats in 57 and 58.
Oh, yeah.
And you remember the Cats, John Krigler. That's the one that seems like everybody remembers the most, John Krigler.
Right.
Ed Beck, Vernon Hatton.
Adrian Smith.
Adrian Smith is right. Johnny Cox.
Yeah, Johnny Cox. I knew it, but I just couldn't think of it.
That's all right. That's all right, Marlon. You've done more than what's required to win trivia today, sir. So anyway, are you enjoying basketball season this year?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
This is the time of year when you can just, I guess you can just kind of settle down in a chair.
At times, but they came through.
And tell Joyce you'll see her next week.
All right.
No, I'm saying when you get the ball games on there.
Right.
I'm not telling you to do anything bad. I'm just saying, you get hung up in the ball season, and it's got to keep up with that,
Oh, yeah.
All right, Marlon, so you told us Vernon Hatton, John Krigler, and Ed Beck, and then the other 2 Fiddlin' Five are Adrian Smith and Johnny Cox.
Yeah.
Have a good day, sir.
Thanks, sir.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Marlon Witcher, he had to think about that. Everybody had to think about it, really, just because, it's going back, almost 60 years for the Fiddlin' Five at UK. That's, of course, Rupp's Fiddlin' Five. Who knows when we'll come up with something that will be something that's on the tip of your tongue. That's why we like for you to join us here each and every day for trivia on WCLU. 7:02, the news is now.
CBS News Update. Published reports say the president demanded that Attorney General Jeff Sessions remain involved with the investigation into his campaign's ties to Russia. And when he didn't, he was livid. Correspondent Anne-Maureen Green.
The New York Times first reported the president told White House counsel Donald McGahn to urge Sessions not to step aside. Sessions recused himself in March. The Times said when McGahn was not successful, the president, quote, erupted in anger in front of numerous White House officials, saying he needed his Attorney General to protect him.
CBS's Elaine Quijano says the name of the then FBI director was part of the mix.
The New York Times reports that just days before James Comey was fired,
One of Sessions' aides asked a congressional staff member whether he had damaging information on the former FBI director and that it was not clear whether the special counsel knew about that incident.
A justice spokesman tells CBS News this didn't happen, plain and simple. CBS News Update, I'm Peter King.
Do you feel like your primary care provider really listens to you? Do they take good care of you? Do they give you direction for your health and are there for you whenever you feel you need treatment? If so, great. If not, Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic is here to take on that role. I'm nurse practitioner Brittany Jackson, and we have built our practice on meeting the needs of our patients and being there for them when they feel ill, just need a checkup, have to have a physical for school, sports, or a CDL license, or when they just don't know where to turn. In our first year in practice, we are thrilled to have been able to help so many and provide them with quality, timely health care. Don't wait until you're sick. Let us establish you now as a patient and have your medical history on hand and ready to go. You'll be pleased with your decision. We are Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic, located on the corner of North Race and Cherry Streets in Glasgow. 270-629-6722. Jot that number down, put it in your phone, and have it ready for when you need quality health care. You can also connect with us on Facebook. Jackson Health and Wellness Clinic, 270-629-6722. Let your hometown
They know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessonberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
You're watching WCLU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
Everyone wants to know when McRib will be back, including Jamie, who shared that you must answer its call.
Jamie, McRib is back. You posted, and we answered.
McRib is back. Answer its call for a limited time, only at McDonald's.
Nothing comes before coffee.
How can I help you, gentlemen?
That's why we're introducing a whole new line of espresso drinks from McCafe.
Hello. New projects and new routine.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
At WCLU, Ray Stajic says the coldest night of the week is coming up tonight and will rebound nicely coming up later in the weekend. Let's go to the newsroom for our next check of local news and news director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. The Barron County Grand Jury's returned an indictment for reckless homicide to a Cave City man. 23-year-old Cody Lee Dallas DeVore, also known as Cody Smith, was indicted for reckless homicide in connection with the late May 2017 death of Letty Wilson. Smith was also indicted for wanton endangerment, failure to maintain insurance, and improper passing. Bail was set at $10,000. In other grand jury indictments, 23-year-old Matthew Thomas Hawkins of Franklin was indicted on 1 count of sexual abuse, first degree, child less than 12 years old. Bail was set at $5,000. 33-year-old Tamara Michelle Shields of Glasgow was indicted on 2 counts, burglary, third degree, and theft by unlawful taking. According to the indictment, Shields took money that belonged to the Dollar Tree in Glasgow. Bail was set at $5,000. 38-year-old Robert Scott Carter of Richmond was indicted on 1 count of sexual abuse, first degree, child less than 12 years old. Bail was $5,000. A 52-year-old Richard Lee Ray Sheen of Glasgow was indicted on 3 total counts: DUI, operating a motor vehicle while license was revoked for DUI, second offense, and wanton endangerment. Rasheen was allowed to remain on a current bond. Remember, an indictment is an accusation only, and all individuals should be considered as innocent until and unless proven guilty in a court of law. And a Bowling Green man is behind bars charged in connection with the murder of his wife. Warren County Sheriff's deputies responded to Shaker Mill Bend Road regarding a domestic disturbance where a man had fatally shot another individual. Upon arrival, deputies found 72-year-old Ernest Lasley of Bowling Green inside the home, and the victim was his wife, 65-year-old Betty Lasley. She was dead inside the home. Ernest Lasley was lodged in the Warren County Regional Jail on one count of murder. Warren County Sheriff's Office says they are still investigating the incident. Republican U.S. Representative Andy Barr's filed for re-election in Kentucky's 6th Congressional District. Barr filed papers with the Kentucky Secretary of State yesterday morning. He's seeking a 4th term in Congress, representing a district that includes Lexington, Kentucky's second-largest city. The district has traditionally been a Democrat seat, but since 1979 has flipped 5 times between the two major political parties, most recently when Barr ousted Democrat Ben Chandler in 2012. Democrats have targeted the seat in their quest to win a majority in the House of Representatives. At least 4 Democrats say they're running. They include Lexington Mayor Jim Gray, former Marine fighter pilot Amy McGrath, State Senator Reggie Thomas, and Jeff Young, a former state worker who's lost the election twice before. And while danger from severe and winter weather does vary across the country, individuals and families may still face challenges no matter where you are with heat, power, and communication services. Some tips: you need to always watch out for signs of frostbite or hypothermia if you have to be out in the cold. Symptoms of these include loss of feeling, pale appearance, uncontrollable shivering, memory loss, disorientation, and apparent exhaustion. In the case of a power outage, always have a battery or hand crank powered weather radio and flashlights available. When using electric heaters, keep them at least 3 feet away from any flammable objects. Conserve fuel by keeping your home and office a little cooler than normal. Do not use the stove, oven, or grill as a source of heat for your home. And if you need to go to a designated public shelter, if your home loses power or heat, you can text SHELTER and your zip code to 43362 to find the nearest shelter in your area. You also need to have an emergency kit on hand, which can include water, food, and a change of clothing. Also a radio, battery-powered or hand-crank radio, cell phone and charger, flashlight, batteries, a first aid kit, and waterproof containers. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. It's 7:11 a.m., 14 degrees.
BR Tire. We're always on call, and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire. On Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
We're ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance Agency, growing with a proud community since 1902.
At the People's Bank in Glasgow, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a community bank. A bank where you're more than just a number. You get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money's reinvested in the community. And decisions, well, they're all made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you'd expect in a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. Located at 605C on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Authorities say a Kentucky teenager has been charged in the death of a man whose body was pulled from a burning home. News outlets report the Logan County Sheriff's Office charged the 16-year-old on December 29th with first-degree arson and murder in the death of Jerry Caudell. Sheriff Wallace Whitaker says after the June fire, the Sheriff's Office received tips that the teenager told his friends he was responsible for starting it. Whitaker pulled Caudell's body from the Auburn home. Caudell died of smoke inhalation. Motives not yet been released. News outlets didn't report if the juvenile has an attorney. 4 women and 2 men will decide whether to recommend expelling Kentucky's GOP House Speaker after he signed a secret sexual harassment settlement. 8 Republican lawmakers filed formal disciplinary charges against Jeff Hoover Wednesday, asking for a special bipartisan committee to recommend expelling him from the House. House rules require the majority and minority leaders to appoint a special 6-person committee to investigate. Democrats appointed were Representatives Saney Overly, Joni Jenkins, and Chris Harris. Republicans are Representatives Donna Mayfield, Diane St. Oing, and Jason Petrie. Republican Representative Jerry Miller will chair the committee, but will only vote to break a tie. Democrat Rocky Adkins isn't telegraphing his intentions regarding a potential bid for governor next year, but in the northeastern corner of Kentucky, people who know him best think that he's a likely contender. For now, the longtime lawmaker, all he'll say is he's considering it. As we would say on the left-handed fork of Middle Fork, there's still a lot of hay to put in the barn, Adkins told Kentucky Today, but I'm getting a lot of encouragement and giving it serious consideration. Adkins said his singular focus at this point is to flip the House back to Democrat control in this year's legislative races. Republicans won control in the 2016 legislative elections. Democrats recognize their best chance to win back those seats is to do it before the GOP incumbents become entrenched. As the top-ranking Democrat in the House, Adkins is busy recruiting candidates for legislative races. But all the while, the people who know him best are nudging him towards the governor's race. Ashland Mayor Steve Gilmore said he's asked Adkins numerous times about his intentions, and he gets the same response. Hang in there. I'll let you know. Adkins is 58 years old, said growing up outside Sandy Hook, one of Kentucky's smallest county seat towns, is a positive, and that his 30-year rise through the political ranks is proof that small-town boys can find success in politics. He's represented the 99th District in the House of Representatives since 1987. He has stayed loyal to Morehead State, where this fall a dining commons on campus was dedicated and named after him. A more than 20-year survivor of cancer, he actively raises funds for research by sponsoring an annual golf tournament that's raised about $2.3 million since its inception in 1995. Democrat Attorney General Andy Beshear is also indicating he's considering a run for governor, while incumbent Republican Matt Bevin hasn't made his intentions about re-election known. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. At 7:15 a.m., a very chilly 14 degrees.
The holidays are a special time for family. My dad has been in the new car business since before I was born. I understand how people have to prioritize to get everything they need and still have a little left for shopping, gift giving, and good cheer. At Bailey Gibson, we've been a dependable, caring dealer for over 40 Christmases, each one with different needs, rewards, and challenges. Regardless, we're going to be here for you and your family. The greatest gift a new car dealer can receive is a list of happy customers. At Bailey Gibson, that's a long and treasured list. This is Sarah Gibson Zoltz, hoping for the best for your family from the Bailey Gibson family. Merry Christmas.
Sandy Kerr of Glasgow is proof that dental implants from Dr. Jim Thurman and Glasgow Dental Care are appropriate at any age, particularly with the kind of problems she was having.
You cannot eat. It's hard to talk. It's very uncomfortable. You know, you lose all your confidence. You can put up with it if you have the nerve. You know, I didn't. I'm still young.
And sometimes it can be downright scary.
We went to a wedding in Orlando at Walt Disney World. In riding one of the rides, I realized that I couldn't scream because my teeth would fall out. So I had to grit my teeth so they wouldn't fall out.
So Sandy began the implant process with Dr. Thurman, and the process had a positive effect on her.
I do not regret doing it. I learned so much, and the people and associates out there are great, friendly, offer to help you any chance they can. They're just family now.
The bottom line is,
it changes your life completely.
Call for an appointment at 270-651-5939. Glasgow Dental Care. Doctors Thurman, Cassidy, and Riley.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry. 3 Republicans and 3 Democrats make up the special committee that will decide whether or not to expel House Speaker Jeff Hoover from that chamber. GOP House member Phil Moffitt tells WLKY.
Well, it's important that we, members of the House, discipline our own members when they get out of line, because the people of Kentucky expect us to have a higher standard than even private industry.
8 Republican lawmakers filed disciplinary charges against Hoover after a confidential sexual harassment settlement with a GOP staff member became public. An anti-discrimination ordinance will be before the Paducah City Commission January 9th. The ordinance would protect the rights of gay, lesbian, and transgendered people from discrimination in employment, housing, and public accommodations. Should the measure pass, Paducah would be the 9th city in Kentucky to pass an anti-discrimination ordinance. The last city to adopt such an ordinance was Danville in 2014. There are problems with the Munfordville Volunteer Fire Department. At a meeting this week, the city named Mike Killebrew as interim chief of the department. Since then, 17 firefighters have reportedly walked out. Since July, the Munfordville Fire Department has had 3 chiefs, and this is the second mass walkout in 3 years. U.S. Senate leaders are again searching for a budget deal.
Nobody wants to shut the government down on either side, and I'm optimistic we'll get a resolution to many of those issues before January 19th.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says he's optimistic the two parties can come to an agreement on issues that include spending gap increases, disaster relief funding, and children's health insurance. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing
bitter cold Arctic air continuing to spill in on a northwest breeze this morning. Wind chills single digits, and yes, some flurries and snow showers flying around. Might coat the ground in spots and maybe some icy travel for some, because it's not going to take much. Some sun later today, 24, that's it. 20 degrees below average, actually 22 below average. Tonight, 5 above as the sky clears. Good-looking day tomorrow, 26, low teens tomorrow night. A little milder on Sunday, more clouds than sun, low 40s, and maybe some light wintry precipitation late Sunday night into early Monday. Going to have to watch that closely. And then rain by Monday afternoon near 40, and then well into the 50s by midweek next week. I'm Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Waking up with 14 degrees, it just won't budge, will it? But we're going to try real hard to try to warm it up by Sunday. Looks like we could see 40 degrees by then.
If you find yourself in need of an attorney who specializes in family cases, you want someone who knows all the ins and outs of the case. Tracy Peppers has experience outside of her law practice that gives her an insight not all attorneys can match.
I have spent my career helping families in need as a social worker, CDW, and family advocate. Call me, Tracy Peppers, attorney at law, for all your family law needs at 270-651-7101 or stop by 222 West Washington Street here in Glasgow.
Hi, my name is Kaylee. My Nana and Papa own Quick Stop Shoe Store, 519 Happy Valley Road. Women's sandals such as Crocs, Chinook, Bionics. We now have Skechers and Chacos. We also have kids, Crocs, Chinook, and Chacos. Don't forget we have a large selection of work and muck boots. We also have Justin and Nakona wallets. Don't forget we have new styles of Skechers sandals and Chacos for women and kids. So come on down to the Quick Stop Shoe Store and check us out.
Let's turn to local sports. High school basketball tonight. Glasgow travels to South Warren for a girl-boy doubleheader, with the girls playing first at 6 o'clock. Joe Myers, Larry Alexander, and Bruce Tribune will have the broadcast on both of the games starting at 5:50 this afternoon on Light 102.3, WCLU 1490, and online at playwclu.com. Those attending the games at South Warren will be able to hear the broadcast inside of the gym only on WCLU Sports Plus at 97.3 FM. Barron County's girls and boys also play a doubleheader tonight against different teams. Now, the girls will host Christian County, while the boys will entertain Adair County. In another girl-boy doubleheaders tonight, Allen County Scottsville hosts Monroe County. Caverna welcomes Hart County. Edmondson County goes to Whitesville Trinity. Metcalfe County visits Clinton County. And Warren East entertains Warren Central. Bowling Green is at home against Greenwood. So that's a pretty busy sports evening.
Here's the score from the Kentucky News Network. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Well, we'll start with women's college basketball. Full complement in the Commonwealth last night. The headliner, of course, in Louisville, the number 3 Louisville Cardinals, looking to remain perfect, hosting number 17 Duke. This was Louisville senior forward Misha Hines-Allen before their game with Duke.
They're a really good team. They're well coached, and for me, their post players are really good, so I'm ready for a battle.
A battle they got after a nearly perfect first half. Louisville stumbled in the second half on both ends of the court. Asia Dorr pouring in 22 points. Louisville outlasting Duke, however, 66-60. They pushed the record to 17-0. Best start in school history. The University of Louisville women host Virginia Tech on Sunday in its final tune-up before hosting number 2 Notre Dame on January 11th. In College Station, Texas, Kentucky junior Macy Moore scoring 22 points. Senior Mackenzie Kane adding 14, but it wasn't enough. Kentucky falls to Texas A&M 74-70. Kentucky will return to action Sunday as the Wildcats host Georgia at Memorial Coliseum. And the Western Kentucky Lady Toppers turn in their strongest defensive performance of the season. They take down Middle Tennessee 57-43 in Bowling Green. It's a short turnaround for Western, however. They'll host Southern Miss tomorrow. And in men's college basketball, the University of Kentucky back on the practice court. The number 14 Wildcats hosting number 22 Tennessee tomorrow. And while Louisville takes on 25th ranked Clemson on the road. Action last night, Eastern Kentucky falls 85-82 to Southern Illinois Edwardsville. And elsewhere, the Murray State Racers pushed their OVC record to 3-0. They beat Southeastern Missouri 89-73. And in Moorhead, the Eagles fall 61-52 to Eastern Illinois. And in the National Football League, the Titans receiving disheartening news ahead of their playoff game tomorrow in Kansas City. Titans running back DeMarco Murray will not play. Murray has been ruled out with a knee injury that caused him to miss the regular season finale against the Jaguars last Sunday. Derrick Henry is expected to get the bulk of the carries against Kansas City. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
With Campbellsville University's spring semester starting January 17th, there's no better time to apply. Financial aid is still available, and if you're transferring to CU, you receive priority enrollment. Catch up or begin your journey on January 17th. Your time is now at Campbellsville University. Visit us online at campbellsville.edu for more information. And if you're transferring in, campbellsville.edu/transfer.
As a child, I can remember always being excited.
Great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Legendary do. 14 degrees. We've gotten a bunch of birthdays in while we were reporting sports here this morning, so we're going to jump into the birthday mode of things. Ralphie's Fun Center, the sponsor of the birthdays. And they want you to come to Ralphie's for certified fun.
You have 1 hour. That's it. You and your group must escape, find clues, solve the puzzle, and escape the room on time. It's the coolest new attraction at Ralphie's Fun Center, Superhero Adventures Escape Room. And you get to be the superhero. Test your powers and have fun doing it. You can book your party for the Superhero Adventures Escape Room at Ralphie's Fun Center by going online to ralphiesfuncenter.com. That's ralphiesfuncenter.com or call 629-GAME. Will you be the next superhero?
Let me tell you about our honorees. We've learned that Charlotte Hawkins has a birthday today. It is Zayden Thompson. Chloe Kate Ball. Chloe Kate, we understand, is 9. Aubrey Allen is 16. Happy 49th birthday to Kathy Prophet. Brian Adwell is celebrating. Christina Hamilton is 39. Gail Adwell with a birthday. My sister-in-law, Jackie Royce, with a birthday today. It's Brent Claywell. Brent has his 56th birthday. Well underway today. Congratulations, Brent. Candace Richardson is 35. Gina Harper is 25. Doug Smith is 56. Mr. Rollin Simmons. Mr. Rollin, we sounded the 90 gong for you back last hour. So happy 90th to Mr. Rollin Simmons. Eric Pointer with a birthday. Loretta Stone celebrates a birthday today. Let me get the Saturday birthdays out and the Sunday birthdays out because those continue to grow too. For example, Savannah Thomas has a birthday on Saturday. Judy Burgess, Angela Van Zant, Jamie Ballard, that's Jamie Ballard. Nick Brewster is having a birthday on Saturday. Anaya Coleman, Gerald Wood is 62. Katie Gray Keating is 30. Now we have, Tina Shirley, Benny Lyle, Marla Davis, who is turning 70 today. Actually, that's 70 on Saturday for Marla Davis. Jimmy Peaton with a birthday on Saturday. And then we also have Nancy Richardson on Saturday's list. Anniversary couple, it's Harry and Eva Johnson with a wedding anniversary on Saturday. Sunday, Larry Mitchell Bunch, Kathy Regal, Larry Brummett, and Jania Johnson. Let's go back to today here. Let's go back to Saturday here. We've got Jackie and Walker Holman. Jackie and Walker Holman. They are twins. They're going to be a year old tomorrow. What about that? Congratulations to everybody on the list. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, it's WCLUradio.com. About an hour, we'll be drawing for a winner of a rosebud vase from Greer's Florist and the winner of a delicious ice cream cake from Dairy Queen. Tabernacle of the Air
Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessonberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessonberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Glasgow Prescription Center
constantly cast stones at Christianity and the devout followers of Christ. Granted, there are those false Christians, in name only, who act and speak in ways that damage the name Christian. But they should not be confused with those who are genuine disciples of Christ. Great evil has been committed throughout history and is still being committed in the name of Jesus. An even casual biblical scholar would recognize such as it completely at odds with real Christianity. Having said all that, the church is faulty and is not perfect. It's made up of faulty people. Even if it were perfect, the moment those who scorn Christianity or true Christians were to become a part of the church is the moment it would become flawed and faulty. Crusades and inquisitions have nothing to do with Christ. Hate speech and unkind and spiteful words have nothing to do with Christ. Arrogance and revenge have nothing to do with Christ. Violence and slanderous speech have nothing to do with Christ. Having said that, it is neither hate speech nor unloving nor bigoted for one to point out and stand against those things, attitudes, and actions that are clearly labeled as sinful within the Bible. In fact, as a true disciple of Jesus, it becomes necessary to take such stands against evil. That stand is neither judgmental nor unloving, but rather is speaking the words of God in truth and in love. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Legendary.
Outside and didn't like what you see? Or am I the only one who sees the things we could be? If we would make more of an effort, then I think you'd agree that we could make the world a better place, a place that is free. Life is really what you make of it. You gotta give and take a bit. Someone's always up and someone's always in a pit. Someone has to.
Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business.
And she's going to have a big birthday there tomorrow for sure. 30 seconds away from Tidbit News.
Citizens First Mobile Banking makes your nearest branch as close as your mobile phone. It's easier than ever to access your accounts, check your balances, review transactions, and make transfers. You can even pay bills, and now you can deposit a check right from your smartphone, anytime, anywhere. If your phone is ever lost or stolen, your mobile banking tools are safely locked behind strong security. Just visit citizensfirstbank.com and learn how to take care of your accounts on the go. Mobile banking with Citizens First, wherever you are, whenever you need it.
Approval required for mobile deposit. Visit your Citizens First branch for details. Member FDIC.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Yes, it's around the world and up the street. I was having trouble goosing those Tidbit News singers there, Mark, to get them to bring us into the fold here. But we have a couple of tidbits to wrap up the week.
Yep, absolutely.
Kind of got a theme here, but I didn't really go out and come up with a theme for this particular one. It's kind of a theme is men are from Mars, women are from Venus.
Ain't that the truth?
And there's lots of different ways that we can actually discuss that.
I'm glad they are, you know it.
Here's a couple of them today.
All right.
Now, think about this.
Okay.
There's a Philadelphia father who put the city's signature sandwich to use in a whole new way.
Okay.
Measuring his baby's size in cheese steaks.
Attaboy.
Philly.com reports yesterday that the computer programmer named Brad Williams used a foolproof system he calls cheesesteak for scale to measure the growth of his son during the child's first year in 2015.
I'm not against it. You know, I'm a fan of Philly cheesesteaks, but I'm not sure that that's ISO certified kind of thing there. I'm not sure that'll pass the specs. But you got to give him credit for ingenuity, though.
It started when he noticed his 2-week-old Lucas Royce was about the same size as a cheesesteak that he had brought home.
Now
that still sounds like a big sandwich to me.
Well, I'm catching the big elephant in the room here.
Yeah.
The Royce last name there.
Well, it's spelled different. It's R-O-Y-C-E.
Well,
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But it's an easy name to use.
Sure, absolutely.
Mr. Williams snapped a picture of the sandwich next to his newborn, and the tradition was born. Every month for the next year, Williams and his wife would buy a cheesesteak to track their growing boy.
Mm-hmm.
He says babies and cheesesteaks are quite similar.
There's nothing like the smile of a proud father.
He says they are warm and cuddly when wrapped up, but nice. But once you unwrap them, expect a huge mess.
Yeah, especially the kid.
Yeah, that's right. But anyway, so he's this guy up here in I guess his name is Mr. Royce up there in Philadelphia. Baby measured in cheese steaks.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, that's just like most guys. I'll use anything to measure. I'll use my hold my wrist out and from thumb to finger if I got to or whatever. You know, give him credit.
Here's another Venus and Mars story for you.
All right.
This is out of Middletown, Ohio this morning. Authorities say that a man robbed a bank in Ohio, and he used the money to buy his fiancée an engagement ring.
Oh, well.
The Hamilton Middleton Journal reports that 36-year-old Dustin Peterson has been charged with robbing a Fifth Third Bank in Trenton. Police say records show that Peterson spent $4,500 on an engagement ring.
Okay.
Less than an hour after the robbery.
Wow.
And presented it the next day.
Love that bride to death.
A Trenton police detective said in court Wednesday the robbery netted $8,800. Police say that Mr. Peterson became a suspect after a man wearing an identical hat robbed a Butler County bank 6 days later.
Well, I'm going to throw this into the mix.
Okay.
Maybe he felt obligated to spend a large sum of money on this thing and was pressured into thinking that something caused this guy to go, you know what, I'm going to take down a bank to get that ring. Or whatever, that it is that he took down. But
it was a bank.
Yeah, 50% of his winnings there, or whatever, robbery earnings.
So the girl, the lady, the fiancée, I'm presuming that she said yes.
I would hope.
But the point is that she, she's got to be hacked that he only spent half of what he had on the ring.
Well, what is it? They say, you're supposed to spend, what is it?
I don't know what it is.
It's like I can't remember what it is. I had the formula all worked out because I had to go through this mess too.
Everything you can scrape up formula.
Right. I think it's 2 months or something. I don't know. It's some crazy mess. But
call in Dave this afternoon.
Yeah,
he'll tell you.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I have to call through the glass to talk to him. I'm sure.
Anyway, find out about that, and then finally, I've got this last story over here.
All right, let's hear it.
Just something to think about as we wrap up the week. In the wake of words deemed annoying or worthy of banishment, there's a Detroit university that's offered up a batch it wants back in the limelight. Up at Wayne State University, they've released the annual Word Warrior list, including the words insuperable, meaning impossible to overcome, and nugatory, of no value or importance. Among other neglected words that it wants to revive are couth, which means cultured, refined, and well-mannered, and frangible, referring to something that's fragile.
How about what is it the East Coast is having right now? They're having a cyclone bomb or something they're calling it.
I don't know, thunder snow,
thunder bomb or something they're calling. I was like, they come up with more interesting new weather names than in the last 10 years than all the existence of weather since the beginning of mankind.
If I was in it, I'd have names for it too, because it's an ugly-looking mess up there.
You got the hurricanes have got names now, and then now their winter storms have got names, and now they're coming up with these, the nuclear the bomb cyclone, and
Northern Michigan's Lake Superior State University released its 43rd annual list of words banished from the Queen's English for misuse, overuse, and general uselessness. That's any way you get around it, it can't be used, sounds like.
Yeah.
The top vote getter was fake news.
Yep. That was for to be banished or to be added?
It was recently found to be the second most annoying word or phrase used by Americans in the annual Marist College poll. Second only to, what was the first word? You got any idea, Mark?
I'm going to say like.
How about whatever?
Whatever.
That's right.
There's a little extra H here in Kentucky with the whatever.
Whatever is the worst word,
so
and then right after that is fake news.
Do you have a pet peeve word that people use, or do you have something that crawls your skin when you hear somebody say, or?
Well,
he's not going to say.
When I was in grade school, I used to like it when in the Alice and Jerry books, they got to eat little cakes. I always loved that word, little cakes.
I kind of get it under my skin is legit.
Legit.
Yeah, like now it's with the young people, it's a term to express immediately their legitimacy, of course.
Yeah.
And said, yeah, I straight legit, to add a level of truth to what they're saying, I can't stand it.
Well, we'll see what the words are. Of course, the ones for next year haven't been invented yet. So
sure. Well, maybe you could leave us a comment on our Facebook page of what word it is. It's PG rated, of course. That gets under your skin.
What word feels like the chalkboard screeching?
Yeah, moist. There's a friend of ours, moist. That gets them. They just moist. The cake is really moist.
All right. Little cakes.
Little cakes are moist.
That's what we got in Tidbit News.
All right.
7:43.
The Empty Nest Inside Pharmacy Express is your shop for home, body, gifts, weddings, babies, and more store. You'll find a little bit of everything, and it's far from empty. If you need a gift for someone during bereavement, the Empty Nest carries wind chimes, picture frames, birdhouses, and canvas prints for remembering a loved one. Celebrating a new baby or a couple just getting married, the Empty Nest has bridal and baby registry too. You'll see it's not so empty at the Empty Nest inside Pharmacy Express at the corner of the Bypass and Cleveland Avenue in Glasgow.
Newsflash, your retirement is just around the corner. If you're 50 or older, it's time to take a serious look at your retirement strategy. The sooner you start, the more time you'll have to work with Modern Woodman to make sure your nest egg is ready. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
I am Anthony Mike, your Modern Woodman of America rep for South Central Kentucky. Call me today at 427-6807.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
What's coming up this weekend? Well, Jason Thomas takes a look for us.
The Church and Community Calendar on WCLU, brought to you in part today by the Law Office of Tracy Peppers, by Precision Automotive, Big Moose's Barbecue on West Main Street in Glasgow, and the Barbecue Hut on Reynolds Road in Glasgow. Kids, if you need a break after school before you have to start your homework, stop by Marywood Weldon Library every Wednesday after school. There will be a variety of activities to participate in. A small snack and drink will also be provided. The Barron County High School SBDM Council will meet in regular session on Monday, January 8th at 3:45 in the Trojan Academy Media Center. The Glasgow High School SBDM Council will meet on Wednesday, January 10th in the front office of the high school. Lego Robotics will be held at the Marywood Weldon Library on Monday, January 8th and Monday, January 22nd at 11 and 4. If you enjoy designing and building or coding, you can create a robot using Lego's Mindstorm or WeDo sets. This is for grades 1 through 9. Life Skills Therapeutic Foster class. The foster care is starting a new foster training class. That'll be on January 11th at 6 o'clock. Please RSVP to Amanda Needwick at 270-901-5000. Extension 1266. Barron County Middle School SBDM Council, they're going to meet on Tuesday, January 16th at 3:30 at the school. Color Me Calm is coloring for adults and a great way to de-stress. Meets at 10 o'clock and 5:30 on Thursday, January 11th at the Marywood Weldon Library. Supplies and refreshments are provided. Also coming up, Barron County Middle School SBDM Council will meet on Tuesday, February 20th. Also, the Highland Elementary SBDM Council will meet on Thursday, February 15th at 4:30. The Glasgow High School SBDM Council will meet on Wednesday, February 14th. Also, Highland Elementary SBDM Council will meet on Thursday, January 18th. And Barron County Middle School SBDM Council will meet on Tuesday, January 16th at 3:30 at the school. Do you have a church or community event you would like to let everyone know about? Give us a call, 270-651-9149. or 1-800-956-1023. Log on to the website, WCLUradio.com. I'm Jason Thomas with today's Church and Community Calendar.
If you hadn't been to Colton Steakhouse
for over 100 years, I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessonberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessonberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessonberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hi, I'm Fred. Show class at Extreme Health Club. Everything is more fun when it's in the water. Call me now. Classes fill up quickly. 651-3036.
747 at WCLU, 14 degrees as we put our feet in the proper direction here today. I think I've got all the birthdays organized here. You know, we have political season coming up pretty soon here, and, you know, we're winding down on the deadline to get your name into the hat running for a particular office. And, Mark, we want to remind everybody that as a public service, we provide 5 minutes of airtime to every candidate to make their announcement of their political announcement, and we want to make sure that people know how to get in touch with us so that they can, get on there and make their I guess their campaign desires known. And let's talk about that.
Yeah, Henry, we've got some really neat stuff that since I've been able to come in here, that we could do with motion graphics and a lot of packages associated with if you'd like to do a commercial. But I think it's a great service to the community just to offer. It's for them to know who their candidate is.
Yeah.
And we're glad to provide that. And this being the season that it is, with the election coming up, for various different things, you got family court judge,
everything.
Just about everything you got. And so we want to encourage you to come up here and let us talk to you, and let's hear your story, and let your constituents or potential constituents
give us a call, and we'll, because we've been a lot of requests about that. So we want to get them all organized where we can do them all and give everybody that 5 minutes of airtime. People can get to know you better.
That's right, and we'll be glad to talk to you about helping you out with your campaign needs and getting your name out there, and that's kind of what we do.
651-9149 if you want to talk to us about that. We will set up a time to sit down, and we won't get back up until you're completely understanding of what you're getting into.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the way it is. So we're going to be leaving the live stream next because we don't want to. We really can't play copyrighted music on the Facebook, and so we're going to leave that part of our broadcast, but you can tune over to 102.3, 98.5, 1490 AM, as well as the Glasgow EPB Cable 6.
Be sure to catch us next week on our live stream. We've got some new things coming down the pike, and you guys are not going to want to miss out. It's got some... really excited about all this stuff that's coming down the line, Henry, and it's going to be good. So you guys take care. Good to see you. Thanks for joining in.
All right. 7:50, 10 minutes till 8 o'clock.